Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? All right, so what a great day to be a bear across the board. We'll see if we're going to get any kind of, reactions to this. But if you guys recall, I was showing this black line in the sand last week that we cracked. I didn't think we'd hold it. And in fact, crypto forecast has been spot on, started with the third drive to a top up here. Then this failing rally, and my target was 36,000. It overshot it by 6,000. Low of the day is 30 so far. So I'd be careful being short now. Okay. I'd be careful being short. So I'd be going to the door. If you took that forecast to heart, not many did. Hey, how are you, Mike? Dory, how are you? Everyone doing okay? Oh, it's nice to be heard. Okay, so that's crypto. Okay, so I let's take a look at the weekly quickly. You have the 50 week coming in around 28 grand right here. So I know people that are looking for a buy in this zone, and that the next rally could take us to 80 grand. So don't get carried away that we're going to have a collapse to 10,000 on crypto here. Okay, it was just um, relieving a crowded trade, very crowded. All the altcoins. Which coin should I buy today? That'll be up 500%. You start hearing about things, even doggy coin. I hope you have your doggy bags with you if you're long dog coin, because it shouldn't be making on your neighbor's lawn, right? You have to pick it up. So let's get to something that, yeah, isn't as, wild. In fact, they've approved currency traders for in ARP for retirement, people in retirement age because of how calm it is. Euro holding up pretty good considering risk off that we have today. Down a little bit. I wouldn't be long. Euro here, I think there'll be a better place to buy euro. Maybe we're going to have a pretty good dollar rally. We had this one more push up here. I got stopped out shorting it at 21.45, stopped out at 05. Yesterday, I pointed out that we were getting divergence in cable, okay, at this high up here that we weren't confirming. The 4 hour barely got above 70, and this looks like a 2 drive to me right here. We could pull back and then get a 3 up here, but definitely EG has come back to life. Is this just a bear market rally here in EG, or was this an important week that we're getting here? Higher low we're putting in EG, which favors the long side of euro and the short side of cable. Everyone with me on that? So when you think euro pound's going up, your preferred long when you think the dollar is going to sell off is euro, and your preferred short when you think the dollar is going to catch a bid is cable right here. So cable in its second drive. Um, I've been talking about I just can't sell the yen here. It's one of the strongest dollar pairs. It's come off quite a bit, but trying to reverse right here. Trying to reverse. I still think there's a chance we're going to break out over 109.70, which is going to give you 112, 113. Still constructive on this. If you're with me on what I'm talking about on the yen, give me a Y. The 10-year, is it going to make these new highs? I don't know. Maybe we'll pull back to 156 first, but um, there's nothing bearish about this chart. Okay, it will turn bearish under last Friday's low on the NFP, and only for a correction. Not that we're going to be in a bear trend of rates going down. I think that in the summer we're going to see 2.5%. as this inflation spike begins to make more headlines down the road, that we will see a higher 10-year yield. We could pull back first, but for that to happen, you really have to take out this support here, last Friday's low. So, what kind of trade is this when you're range bound? Do you or me or anyone know which side of the range it's going to come out? No, we don't. Okay. I had a feeling here that we were going to go to new highs. Now that we've had a pause, I'm open to either happening here. Took advantage of rate yields rising last week with a lot of good shorts. You know, it's all about yields. When yields are going up, the opportunity cost of owning anything goes up, which is a competition for it. Yesterday, I talked about, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was showing these advances that we had in euro and cable. Here's euro, you know, making new highs, and here's cable making new highs. And I showed Aussie what a weak rally it was. It smelled risk on coming. So the short recommendation during the show yesterday was right in here. So you have about 60 pips or so. To me, it looks like it's broken the short-term uptrend. You could almost call it a bear flag. And I'm looking for 76. So there's still room left. I'd sell rallies back to 77.70. That's where we had this breakdown. So the commodity currencies, I was using Aussie as a proxy for the metals, and we'll be getting to the metals next. But this looks pretty negative to me. Maybe we'll get a rally back to here, and then you'll have like a little, let's call this maybe a little head and shoulders right here. And this will be your neckline. And maybe we'll rally back up to here. But just this move from here, the recent low of 77.32 was 70 pips from the recommendation. So 32 and 813 is 80. So 80 under this low is going to give you 76.40. We have equality of this from here is going to give you under 76 for a print. So this was talked about live yesterday. Anyone catch it? Give me a Y if you did. Oh, Binance and Kraken are blocking withdrawals. Well, that's not really a good sign. And that's what happens with unregulated exchanges. I see Mike or G. Dory posted that. Yeah, so that's interesting. So, you know, that's why you want to trade with, have your account with someone who's regulated, you know, and an exchange that is regulated. So, really, the biggest mistake you can make is to keep a lot of money at these crypto exchanges that when they have problems, they don't have a history of being guaranteed by their clearing members. If you're a clearing member firm of the Merck or the CBOT or NYMEX or the NYSE, it's better than a bank because you're guaranteed by the other members. So, you know, the commodity complex has had failures. Stotler, some, you know, the clearing members came in and bailed them out. So be careful where you park a lot of money. I'm not saying don't trade the stuff, but I'm saying don't keep your life savings with unregulated exchanges. Uh, Everyone got that? That's more important than a good trade is the return of capital, not just the return on capital. Okay, so that's the Aussie. Even got a little, can you believe it, that Canada bounced? That was good for about 40 pips from where I talked about it. I think there's a chance right here that the Canada could still make a new high. one more low, and this is why. All right, here's one, here's two, and maybe a failing rally in Aussie back up, maybe about 40 pips is going to give us maybe one more low in USD CAD, which is 2020. If we'll see, you see this RSI right here? It did diverge from here. But if we get one more break in Canada, maybe it takes out that big round number of 120 just intraday. There's no way that the RSI is going to close back under 30. So if you get one more low or just a pullback to 2025, I think you have something here in Canada. I mean, sentiment on Canada is in the 90s, meaning they're bullish Canada. So it's really overdone. A lot of the currencies are overdone. Um, but right now, trade selection based upon just a chart pattern was better in Aussie than Euro, which is about to make a new high, and cable, which may make a new high as well. So you might get new highs in Euro. I think you get a lower high in Aussie. So here's a look at the Dixie. This low was confirmed. We didn't make a new low here. So if we get one more low in the dollar, I think I'd fade it. A lot of people looking for 88 and a half. Maybe we're going there. It's a possibility. But, I really did not have a hard time shorting the dollar up here, down here. I do. Okay. Gold, what an amazing day in gold. Came back to the breakout. I think Straka was writing about it. We went to the 50% level and sold off with silver, and now we're making new highs in the gold. So as long as we're above this 1850 level, it looks pretty good. In fact, I think a lot of people were looking at this right here as a breakout off the high of the move here, off that intermediate term high right there. And there's your breakout in gold around the 1850 level. So as long as we're above 1850, you got to say that we have a resumption of the trend. We'll see what happens there. But when's the last time you saw gold up 15 and silver down? So silver has also got clobbered. And you can see it by the gold silver ratio here, right? We're putting in a higher low, which means that gold is going to be the preferred long. Well, you could see it. Gold up 14, silver still lower. So let's see. I mean, silver really got hammered, but I think that we could even eke out a new high here. And with the gold silver ratio now pointing up, which here's your weekly. Maybe we'll get a 2-week reversal here. It looks like a higher low, and now we're going to make a move up to 75. When you're bullish with precious metals, don't buy silver, buy gold. Okay? And when you're bearish precious metals, don't sell gold, sell silver. So the gold silver ratio is important to know direction, whether you trade it or not, as say, for example, the euro pound, which is now telling me to favor longs when I bearish a dollar in euro, and favor when I bullish a dollar, bearish a dollar, I favor longs in euro. And when I'm bullish a dollar, I favor shorts in cable. Okay, so it's very important to understand these relationships because I've used this example before. I know a lot of you guys watch singing competitions, American Idol. I fancy myself a singer. I do some Elvis stuff, but um, what's important for a singer is song choice. Okay. So you could have a great voice and you pick the wrong song that doesn't fit you, and your performance is going to be lackluster because you don't feel it, you're not emoting it. Well, in trading, It's not song choice, it's trade selection. So in order, like you could be, say for example, you thought the dollar was going to bounce. Well, if you chose euro to be short, like I did Sunday night, I mean, you didn't make any money. But if you looked at the charts and you had it diagnosed, you at least made some money in cable, and you made some money being short Aussie as well. So trade selection is everything. Also, if you have it properly diagnosed and you're shorting the relative weakness, it's going to be more forgiving than if you're shorting the leader that's going to continually uh, outperform the weakness in that sector. So if you want to short something and you've identified the relative weakness, it's going to be more forgiving if you don't hit it on the button and you're early. So that's why I talk about trade selection, preferred longs, preferred shorts. It's not a blanket statement that, if you want to just trade the dollar, you trade the dollar. But if you're going to break down the dollar or break down the stock market into sectors, you have to know, just like Mike. Mike knows what the leadership is in the market. Great scalp by Mike today, Michael, buying gold coin when it was lower and then went positive. So definitely, if you're not around for Mike's streams or in his room, you got to follow the guy. He's really one of the best traders, and I just met Mike, and I've seen hundreds of traders over my career. Mike is excellent. So that covers the precious metals, everyone. You know, my call for a new high in the S&Ps is looking less doubtful. I mean, this is starting to look like a failing rally. If so, I missed it. I know some people that are looking for about 39 and a half for support down here. And the NASDAQ almost did make a new low, just missed it by a little bit. So we'll see. I thought we were going to have one more bounce in the S&Ps, but now we're cracking this 50-day moving average, and it looks like maybe the top is in. We'll see if they could save it. I know some guys that are still looking for 43, 4,400. They better turn it today or tomorrow, or that's not going to happen. Then your next target on the daily is down around 3,700. And on the 4 hour, it's probably higher. Well, you have a lot of crossings, so um, a lot of moving averages. And this will be the first 2-week reversal if we finish down here in S&Ps. Last week, we didn't get the 2-week reversal because we closed at 41.78 and the off number the week before was 41.75. Well, this week's off number is way above the market. It's at 42.33. So I'd be pretty surprised to see us get there. I wouldn't mind it, but that's up at the high of the move. So looking likely even on Wednesday that we're going to have a 2-week reversal here. You have huge move in VIX, pulled back to the breakout, and it's going. You have to admit, I didn't catch this. And SQQ, I got out of near the highs, and here we are back near the highs again. Maybe we're going to get a 3, a new high up here, 1350, 1400. We'll see. I'm not going to get FOMO and miss it. If you wanted to buy a break, you had it here the last couple days, but still flat here. Oil, I was talking about a top, but I missed it. Sometimes when you're disciplined and you have a methodology, it was this confirmed high on the 15-minute that kept me out of it, even though most other TFs were diverging. We're back at the bottom of this range in crude. I'm not a big believer in chasing the market after over a $4 break we've had in 2 days. High here in crude was 67. So yeah, very close to $4. Maybe a rally back towards 65 or so. I would try it, but not down here. This is not the day to, chase things with margin calls coming in across the board. If you're long, you're wrong today for in almost every um, different type of asset class. Um, let's see, same here with VIX. Here's some of your gold stocks with gold coming back. Nice action. GDX, nice action. But I will say this in the gold that the gold shares are diverging. Look at this. We're not making new highs with GDX making new highs. Newmont, as Mike calls best of breed, um, there's no divergence there, but there is divergence right here on GDX. If you bought it well down here, there's nothing wrong with going to the door on something, just in case in the weeks ahead we take out this 1850 level. This is going to be your line in the sand if you're long the gold. We're up here and we're still diverging, even though we've had this huge move in the gold. We're not confirming on the 2. We're not confirming on the 4. Probably confirming on the 15. Yeah. So I wouldn't even chase the gold. If you're long, congratulations on buying this break, this pullback here. What a great day trade! Congratulations to you. I would not buy it up here though. Kind of surprised that the peso isn't doing better, because usually U.S. dollar MEX does okay with risk off. So maybe we are going to get a recovery there. This I'm pretty happy about that it's happening. We're getting pullbacks in the grain market, dollar pullback in corn, and it's not enough for me yet to want to step into it. Pretty good pullback in the wheat, about $1.20, and the beans are really getting hammered today. So here we are down here. Try and find something green. Besides gold, you're not going to find much green up here. Okay, so soybeans pulling back about $1.50, $2. All of these I want to buy much lower, you know, um, way down here. Because I mean, look at the massive moves you've had in the beans. So you want to buy a pullback here towards this 1260 level, and that's your grain market. Copper is getting hammered finally. We had some nice divergence. Copper selling off. We had some nice divergence here, so copper is going to be very S&P sensitive. In fact, it performed pretty much with the S&Ps, except the last couple of weeks it's outperformed. Looks like we're getting some type of A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3 in copper. So we'll see about this. And uh, this is something that the Russell has not made a new high for going back to February, so about 4 or 5 months, it hasn't made a new high. So this is a lot of distribution in Russell. And we start trading back under, say, 204, you're going to have a breakdown. So the Russell really never gave the bears any heat. I'm not saying it's a classic looking head and shoulders. It almost looks like Quasimodo with a hump on its right shoulder here. Everyone see this? Quasimodo head and shoulders top. So yeah, Russell, one of the preferred shorts, hasn't made a new high compared to things like the Dow and the S&Ps, and then the Nasdaq started to fade out too. Here's a classic risk-off pair, Aussie yen, and we're not confirming here. We're barely holding the daily here. Aussie yen kind of marries up pretty good with my bearishness in the Aussie, and maybe the yen comes off if yields start to fall again. But there is some confluence quite a bit lower down here, 79. So potential for 500 pips on Aussie yen there. Any questions on anything I've covered? so far? Hope everyone had a decent day. Down is faster. Um, Maybe you caught the crude or the Aussie, and you didn't get caught long silver after being shown this in silver yesterday. And yesterday in silver, um, it never came back. It never came back. So let's see if we could get one more high in silver. You know what I'm going to do if we get one more high in silver? I'll be all over the short side if we head up towards 28.80. Another 80 cents. I'll try it at new highs. Yeah, gold skyrocketing. ODS. Yeah, it's getting back on track. Great call. And you were talking about that last week, I believe, around the 1760 level, 1800 level. Nice call, OGF. But silver, I don't know. We're going to have one of the most bullish guys I know in the silver market tomorrow. He's a super cycle. Yeah, I agree. Right. You owe me a few beers? How about a six pack? All right. Be happy to I'd be happy to toast, raise a glass with you, buddy. All right. So anyway, we're going to have Patrick Karim with us tomorrow. He's looking for like $200 silver before this stuff is all over. He has great technical work, and he's partnered up with this guy, North Star Charts, and Kevin is very good too. I think I'm just going to be talking to Patrick tomorrow, but it should be an excellent interview. And I'll spread the word that Jack Schwager is going to be here a week from today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on outside of my regular stream. Jack Schwager, author of Market Wizards, will be here a week from today at 1 p.m. EST. So whatever you're doing, guys, whether it's crypto, whether it's shares, whether it's Krugerrands, don't just count those and pips. Count your blessings. And we'll see everyone tomorrow for our interview with Patrick Kareem, the Silver Bull. And have a great day. If you're watching us on YouTube, most of us post in the main chat here on TradeGate Hub. I recommend that you join. It's a very simple registration. And you'll see what I'm thinking outside of when I'm streaming, as well as we have great analysts here at TradeGate Hub. We're attracting some very good traders. So you're going to see some nice, compelling content to consider before you assume risk. And with that being said, guys, have a great day. Good hunting the rest of the day. And I'll see everyone tomorrow. Adios.